Hi, everybody. This is Fred Bruin with Remax Parkside Real Estate. It is Friday, February 11th, and I apologize if I sound a little froggy. I think I've got myself a pretty good head cold coming on. Today, I'd like to talk about tremendous hedge against inflation. And as we all know, inflation is rearing its ugly head. And how can we best prepare for the ongoing inflationary period that's ahead of us? Real estate is one of the time-honored inflation hedges. It's a tangible asset, and those tend to hold their value when inflation reigns. Unlike paper assets, more specifically, as prices rise, so do property values. This is a quote from Mark Kusan, the financial writer at Investopedia. So tangible assets tend to rise with rising prices. Let's take a look at that. Housing price appreciation versus the consumer index over decades. So back in the 1970s, we see that the inflationary rate was at 7.1% average, and the average home appreciation was at nearly 10%. So a good hedge against inflation during this decade of the 70s. In the 80s, not as nearly as good, but the margins here is very small. And the other decade, where there's greater inflation and property value appreciation, the margin is small. But when you look at the years where property values exceeded the average inflationary rate, the margins are pretty good. And this very short period of time, let me get out of the way here, you had 2021, an exceptional year for property values, as we all know, and inflationary rate was at 6.8%. So a very big margin there, and certainly in the decades of the 2020. 7.1 is pretty close to what we're experiencing today. The January report just came out at 7.5% inflationary rate. We'll probably have somewhere between 8 and 10 property value appreciation this year. So it will be a good hedge there. From James Royal with Senior Wealth Management, bank rate, a fixed rate mortgage allows you to maintain the biggest portion of housing expenses at the same payment over the course of the life of the loan. Sure, property taxes will rise and other expenses may creep up, but your monthly housing payment will remain the same, the big payment. That's certainly not the case if you're renting. Let's see how rental rates did against inflationary rates over the decades. And we can see over the long haul that the rental price appreciation exceeded the core inflation rate. So you're falling behind if you're renting with regard to your wealth and inflation. From Natalie, advisor for Forbes, homeowners are shielded from mounting rental prices because their cost is fixed, as we talked earlier, the fixed rate mortgage, regardless of what's happening in the market. Tangible assets like real estate get more valuable over time, which makes buying a home a good way to spend your money during inflationary times. Where are property values going to be over the long haul? Well, this was a survey of experts, home price, I can't see it, home price expectation survey. What will the cumulative house price appreciation be by the year 2026? And they divided the respondents into three groups: optimists, pessimists, and all of the panelists combined. And you can see that the average of all of the respondents was 43.3% more property value by 2026. So they're just a great indication that as we fight through this inflationary period, which could lead to a recessionary period, which will take 3 to 5 years to overcome, that property value or real estate is a great investment to hedge against that inflationary period that we're anticipating ahead of us. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it, subscribe, and look forward to talking to you next time.